This conference will now be recorded.
All right, so happy Friday. Today is Friday, October 4th, and as always, everything that I'm going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. All right, so unfortunately, SRPT was, well, not unfortunate, but an absolutely phenomenal pre-market trade because it's just been following the rules, I mean, left and right. So first thing that we had 85 bid prints. We came back up to 86. We pushed up 84 cents, give or take. I think it was 84 cents. Yes, 86, 84. And then we basically triggered right back towards that downside and came underneath that 85 level, pretty much exactly where we would have expected it. So unfortunately, it was an absolutely perfect trade. It just happened during the pre-market. So going to be following this very closely because when a stock follows the pre-market this well, usually when we go into the open market and we have the volume that comes out there, we see it end up doing pretty much exactly the same. So it's certainly going to have a bigger range than usual, $4.70 on average. I'm expecting a lot more. Did I trade that? I did, coming back down, Derek, right before we started our meeting. Really, really low shares, because if you look at the orders that are out here, it's very hard to get in and out of it. So it nothing special, but not a bad start to the morning at all. So really what we're looking for right now, we could see this 84.30. We have a little bit of selling, 83.50. That's not going to do it. This is what we're looking for right here. The 86 bids, the 85 bids. That's, we're looking for a little bit more of a burst coming back in. So overall right now, we kind of just started with a clean slate, unfortunately. But one thing that we do know is that the amount of selling that we're seeing coming into this print line's looking really good, sitting at that 81.34. We just need to make sure that we continue to see that new selling coming in. And the only other thing that I'm not even too happy about it, to be honest with you, but is this go. So we can see coming over here, 34, earlier this morning, right, 8:20-ish in that area. We have a little bit of selling, but what I really do like is this 34.40, because once again, these prints that we see coming into there, they're not at major levels, they're not controlling prints, but when we see somebody come in with a burst like that, it typically shows us exactly what their expectations are going to be. They're not looking for a huge pull up to build a bigger position. They're looking for the move. They're looking for the stock to basically to make the money, just like everyone else out there. So I like what I see going on here, but at the same time, I'm also a little concerned about how quanti it is. So quanti is actually kind of the wrong word. Consolidated would be a better word coming into there. You can see it's So I'm hoping, well, I'm not even hoping, but based off the volume, 465,000 shares, I really am expecting this to really kind of trend a little bit better, and I'm also expecting it to be a lot smoother. Like I said, my only worry is that consolidation ends up just staying there, and we kind of hug that 34.50 to 34 area. But other than that, I like the bids at 34, and I like the bids at 34.40, and we're starting to come back down there. Obviously, print line, is going to be very important. We break past that print line, and we go back to what we were looking at yesterday. 33 is looking pretty damn good. I like Roku 104.30. Okay, so that's a long way, but we will definitely keep an eye. So AVYA. So this is interesting. I don't like anything about it, to be completely honest with you. So we have 1175, great bids, great ask. Okay, but on top of that, we have a bunch of selling. We have a little bit of buying, and it's just, I don't see a huge opportunity there, especially coming into that 1170. You can see 22,000 shares coming in, as well as that burst. I'm not a huge fan. I would definitely make sure. I mean, when this morning I was able to get shares, I would definitely make sure I got shares of this. I'm just not happy enough with the new buying that came in compared to the selling. It's a little bit, in my eyes, based off those prints that we have out there, it's definitely a little bit mixed. So I will put it on our side list, but I'm just, there's something about it I don't like. Okay, it's just, once again, the prints and really, the way that my mind's reading it, it's just still, it's kind of mixed. Basically, what I see right now is it getting stuck by that 1180 print line. Obviously, it's going to move away from there. I don't have a strong game plan on it. So I definitely, it's got every criteria, Andy. So, I mean, it's a great call. It's got every criteria that we look for in a stock coming into the morning. There's something about it. I haven't liked the prints that came out in it yet. Let's take a look at our scanners. Let's see if anything new has came out. Now, Snap's another one. Yes, it jumped up and it's sitting there. I can't trade Snap. I mean, if you're looking for a longer term, I mean, I hate it. I hate it as a company. I just don't understand why it even exists. But at the same time, obviously, it went on a little bit of a push towards that upside. It jumped up, but it's just, as a day trader and as what I'm looking to do, it just doesn't really fit. But if it's a way more of a beginner stock as well. So if you do look, the only thing is that when it really does get some heavy volume that comes into it, the prints get very, very mixed. So it's not an easy read at all, on top of not really having that much of a risk versus reward, which just doesn't really give a great puzzle for us. And then other than that, guys, I don't really see anything else. I mean, our losers, Fuel Cell, HRTX, 293, not really anything going on. HPQ, 212,000 shares, just no real trading. And that's pretty much it. NIO, great volume, but not really trading at all. Were you going to talk about your thoughts on commissionless research? You did. Yes. So, okay. So essentially what it looks like is that this push for no commissions is to try to get trading, to try to spark some type of trading that's coming back into retail. If you guys look, I was up really late last night. I was doing, every once in a while I actually do read articles and I do look up stocks. It's not a common theme within myself because of the type of trading that I do, but every once in a while I do a little bit. So really what it looks like is that the market makers are always going to be there. We know that, but we also know that they need research. If you look back, if you go into the info, I deleted it out and I put it into the info channel just because I didn't want it to get cluttered with what we're going to be doing this morning. But really what it shows is that market makers need retail. It's that simple. Market makers can technically do it on their own, but then they'd have to be fighting 9 other market makers. So really what it looks like is they're trying to get an influx of volume from retail back into the market. Do I think that not charging ticket charges is really going to get that happening? I don't think so. But one thing that I guarantee that I do know is that when it looks good for the retail trader, it's not. Okay, so there's a reason behind why they want more trading to come in. And at the end of the day, it's so they can make more money off of retail. They're having a hard time, just like everybody else out there. It is what it is. We're in a very interesting time within our world, but this commission, I know exactly what they're doing. I don't really see it changing much. Now, at the end of the day, if you know how to read prints, nothing will ever change. Okay, it is what it is. From 1907 was when Wyckoff started his firm. So from 1907 to this day, nothing has ever changed, nor will it ever. The day that things change, that means that market makers aren't making money anymore, which means that we are in a lot bigger trouble than figuring out how to trade. And we have a lot of other things to do, but that's all it looks like. It really just looks like the fact that they're trying to pump more retail volume coming into the market. I just don't see it. Keep in mind they want to sell SweetWorks for 50. I saw, I don't know if anyone lives in Long Island, but on News 12 did they do like an interesting little finance thing. But they were talking about WeWork, and honestly, just the same way that I'm doing it right now, it kind of made me laugh a little bit. But it's not, well, that's the thing, Davis. They're not trying to help anybody. Okay, if market makers, if brokerages are taking money away from what you have to pay, think about it. Okay, they have to make it somewhere else, right? So that's by, first of all, I mean, anyone that's done a beginner class of mine knows what payment for order flow is. So by selling that order flow, it's almost like when they used to say that when you had stop losses that they were hidden. They are hidden. So, there's hidden stop losses that are sitting right here at just the stock that's up 150, 152, all of that. But guess who you can't hide a stop loss from? And no one ever thought of this for some reason. My brokerage is the best because I can hide where my stop loss goes in. No, not even time and sales, Derek, because the only time that time and sales it really matters is when it's executed. But guess who the hidden order, it's not here yet. Let's say it breaks past 150, then you would be selling out. Guess who you cannot hide? Not the matrix, because it is. That's what it's supposed to hide it from. It's supposed to hide it from the order book. Okay, not market depth. If I tell TradeStation, here is my hidden stop loss, please don't show it, guess who knows? There you go, TradeStation. So your brokerage, people don't understand this either, but Intelligent Route or Smart Route, or depending what brokerage you're using, it's a different name, but it's all the same thing. You know that the second that you click the button that your brokerage is actually betting against you, that's what that does. It's supposed to say that it gives you the best and the quickest route into the market. That's not true. For the most part, Derek, I do. But then I also, depending if I'm going to do a bigger order, sometimes I will split it up between like ARCA and NASDAQ, and I will kind of put it out a little bit just so it looks a little bit different within the level 2. But at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter if they're beating us. It's the same thing that everyone was talking about with the Flash Boys and how they're beating us on 0.001 cent per trade and stuff. Guess what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. This is the game that we chose. It is what it is. Okay, they can beat me on a cent all day long, and they can make billions of dollars off of that cent. Guess what? At the end of the day, if I make 3 cents, okay, I'm 2 cents up. It's that simple. You know what it is? It always comes into trading. People start to kind of put into light the things that have just been happening since 1907. Okay, all this stuff is not new. It's just that somebody finds out about it, they get upset, and they start writing, and they start putting all this new commission thing. Like I said, I really think it's an attempt to start pushing some more retail into the market, because once again, as a market maker, I can do whatever the hell I want. But I mean, not saying that I'm a market maker, but as a market maker, they can do whatever the hell they want, but at the end of the day, if it's all market makers, the market makers are going to have to fight each other, because obviously someone's got to make money, someone's got to lose money. So the only way that nobody loses money is make more retail trading, and that's exactly what it looks like they're trying to do. And that's the more retail, the better. 100%, I couldn't say it better myself. All right, guys, anything else out there that I missed? Yep, that's it. Just to get more volume, but it's not more volume, because market makers can put more volume into the market if they want to. It's more retail volume. There's a big difference between more volume and more retail volume. PAYX, Davis, was that what that was that you asked? Yep, 33 shares. $1.42. Looks like you might get some trades, but not anything going on there that we could do anything with. Yeah, no, 33 shares. That unfortunately that tells it all. All right, guys. Here we go. Cost before we get started. It's not terrible, but Derek, remember what we talked about yesterday. Now, once again, from anyone that missed our meeting yesterday after the silent day, I will have that up by noon. Probably way before that. But looking at cost, it's 287 bucks. Okay, I don't want to start my day that way. That's simple. Okay, you could take a look at it. It's got some nice buying that's coming in. It's got 2 ask prints that came in from 285, so it definitely looks. I mean, well, it's 287.25, so it's kind of already made that move from there. But I don't want to start my day that way. I'm going to try to find something, and if not, then we can always resort back to cost. All right, guys, let's get ready for our morning. Remember what we talked about in our meeting yesterday afternoon. I will talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.